Woohoo! I finished the project. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace, guys. Alright. I just have to learn I just have to have more patience with a high-tech piece of equipment like a phone. Gotta understand it takes several minutes for it to decide whether it wants to actually do what I asked it to. And if I just remember that, then everything works fine and I don't get nearly as aggravated. Getting aggravated because the high-tech piece of equipment doesn't work the way it's supposed to. Apparently, they're not supposed to work the way I want them to. They're high-tech pieces of crap equipment, right? Anyway, with all that ranting and raving done, I'm out here on the old homestead, working on another project that's come up. That the missus has that well, I've been saying it and she's been saying it. We've been saying it together. But our pigs has been moving the feeders around, and I've tried to put blocks in the feeders. Yeah, pigs are strong and pigs are determined. And yeah, I had 2 pigs at a time, and they flipped the feeder upside down and got the blocks out. So they still didn't have water. So we have to try to figure out a way to keep the feeders from moving so that they don't keep shoving them into the fence and killing the fence. Keeping them watered and fed, that's another trick. That's a different story. But anyway, this is what we're working on. So, this is the rump roast, just kicking her pans all over the place. She's got a ball to play with. I've been watching her. She wants to bite it. She can't really bite it because there isn't a handle on it. Not sure if I can find her a ball with a handle or not. But right now she's probably starving to death because I fed her this morning, and she has a ravenous. Don't try to say fancy words. Anyway, I had she's got an appetite, and she needs to eat more than she's eating. Anyway, we're going to warm her here eventually. But, anyway, this rump roast here is generating an issue with the electric fence. So, here's what we're going to do. So, here's our here's the buckets. One's a feed pan, and one's a water pan. It's just a barrel cut in half. And what we want to do is we want to set it up like that. And like this. Up against the T-post in her pen. Then we want to run a chain through the buckets and around the post and hook it together with one of them. It's adjustable. It's got a little bolt thing on it. You open it up, put it through the chain, tighten the bolt up. Anyway, I don't know what they're called right off the top of my head. But anyway, we want to do that. That requires 3 T-posts. If I can manage to find them, we got 2 more of these cut-off T-posts. Because we got a whole bunch of them, actually. But if I can't, I've got another T-post over there that's short. I got the sheriff here. What the fuck? Okay. Huh? Okay. Kind of a update on that. That was a civil court case I was served on. Yeah, I owe a credit card, $1,500. They want the money. So they're going to sue me. I'm going to lose. Not only am I going to be required to pay the credit card amount, but I'm also going to have to pay the sheriff's office $10 for serving the paper, and then whatever the court costs are, which is probably $500 or $600, and God knows how many other charges they can figure out. But anyway, poor people, it's what we do. We make bills we can't pay, and rich people say, well, they want their money, so they sue us. I can't cry too much about that, but that's the way the world works. But never ask a rich person to pay their bill. God forbid. But anyway, let me get on with what I'm doing here. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to take these two tubs, and chain them in the middle and on the ends. And to be honest, it might be just as good to chain one end in the middle. But if we chain them on both ends and in the middle, then when she gets her nose up under it and tries to flip it, she ain't gonna flip into the fence. And that's one of the main things I want to do is keep it out of the fence. So now the question is, how are we gonna get that hole in that thing? There's a number of ways. We could drill a hole. I could take a utility knife and cut a hole, or I could do the old hot wrench trick. I might even be able to do this one-handed. Let me set this up. So I went to set the wrench up and everything, get ready to cut the hole, and all I did was put it on pause and forget to unpause it. So you got this magic hole. You didn't see anything about how it happened. So why don't we reapproach this and do something different? I got 3 holes to do, and that gives me 3 chances to get my brain to work right. Let's see what happens here. All right, here we go. We'll get ready to do the next hole. Let me put you on pause again and see if I do it the way I want to. All right, let's cook it. Gotta get it hot. I wasn't able to burn the hole all the way through, but I was able to get it hot enough that I could poke a stick through it. So we're going to try that right now. Get it on the bottom side here a little bit. Now I will say this. You do not want to get your finger or anything into this. Alright, let me turn the gas off. And see if I got it hot enough to do what I want to do. Just take you a good little stick and just see if it's hot enough. I did the pokey. Yep, it did the pokey. So now, got to open that hole up. And it's kind of rubbery. So, it's not quite hot enough yet. I did start the hole though. Alright, let me heat it up some more. Here's the old hot thing. I was thinking it would melt, but it didn't melt the way I thought it would. You can see the hole trying to swell back up, but it's heating through now. Okay. Use the pokey. It's a little bit hotter now. Work that around. You want to try to use the heat while you have it, because it's going to try to shrink back down where it was. Something to do with less elasticity or some fancy ass word that I ain't never going to be able to say. But if I look it up, I can show it to you. But anyway, like I said, don't let it fool you. That motherfucker will burn you. So you don't want to touch that with your hand. You open it up. Now you got a hole that's big enough for a chain. There we go. That's how you do it. I think that'll work. It's not the prettiest hole, but I think it'll work. Alright, so it's the next morning. Pig is like aggravated and frustrated that I haven't fed her. I should have fed her, as far as she's concerned, like 200 years ago. She's starving to death. You can see how hungry she is. All bones. But anyway, this is her feed pad. That could be, but that's going to be her water pan. I'm going to try to work on this project and feed her, get her attention on something else. Hang on. Alright. So there she is, all happy and chewing. Doing what piggies do. The water pan, feed pan. I'm going to put them over here. I hope this little idea worked. As you can see, well, you might not be able to see, but there is electric wire down there. And her ball's down there against the electric wire. She needs a little handle on it so she can grip it with her teeth. But anyway, she moves it around and kicks it under the wire, and then she can't play with it. So anyway, let's see what we can do with this tub here. Alright, so I don't want to disturb her while she's eating. That's when they're the happiest, is when they're eating, or sometimes when they're drinking water. But I did get the water pan where I wanted it. And I kind of dug out a recession for the food pan. But as you can see, she's still happily munching away over here. And one of the things Mrs. wanted to be able to do was to be able to clean them out. And, well, there's mud in there. I think, since we have a wet vac, I think the easiest way to clean the pan out is with the wet vac. Yeah, I think that's the easiest way to do it. She's always going to have it muddy because I put chains on it. It's not really going to stop her from tipping it over. It's going to slow her down. These posts are not in the ground as much as it seems. I got these from a guy who put in a trampoline, and he put the post in to anchor the trampoline to keep it from moving. And so he cut them off after he planted them. So they're not very long. They cut about 2 foot off of them. But I will put them down below the anchor plate on the T-post. And she shouldn't be able to flip it up. But now the question is, where do I put that third T-post? I got the tub. I don't have a tape measure. I don't need a tape measure because I don't need an exact measurement. What do I need? I just need a rough measurement. So you grab your old trusty, I better not say that. You grab your old trusty shovel here. Take this handy dandy little measuring tool you got here, and you put it up between your posts, and you can see, in my case, that first rivet is where I want the next T-post. So I come over here, I put it on the ground, right there is where I want my next T-post. So it may be a little tight, which is fine. Ain't gonna hurt it to be a little tight. But you just plant that T-post right about your mark where you want it to be. Remember the edge of the T-post when you do this. See my mark on my shovel? Barely. Anyway, the mark on my shovel? Yeah, that's pretty damn close. Okay. I think she's about to try out. Well, no, she ain't done eating yet. That's about as much water as I've ever had in that water pan for her. We can't get it full because usually they're tramping in it and flipping it. And she'll get under it with her nose and just flip the whole thing. So she might still be able to flip it. I ain't trying to stop her from flipping it. Yeah, she's a pig. She's going to do what she does. She's going to ham it up. But what I'm trying to do is keep her from getting that bucket or her feed bucket into that little thin wire, which is her only thing that's really holding her in. If she wants out, she'll go right through the fence. She don't care. But she doesn't like the wire. So she's still eating, and now she's got a full bucket of water. So I fed everybody but the dogs. Let me go feed the dogs. We'll come back a little later. Because she ain't ready to get any drink of water yet. We'll come back a little later. I wish I had some kind of trail cam so we could watch it on trail cam. But I got one, but you have to have a computer to edit that video because it's an AVI. It doesn't work on the phone. Peace. Alright. It's a finished project. I don't know how she's going to react to it yet. I'm hoping I could videotape a little bit of reaction to it. See how she's going to do with it. And there she goes. She tried to flip it. It didn't flip for her. Alright. So I've issued a challenge. So let's see. She said, okay, I'll just dig it up. Alright, well, I don't want to waste a whole lot of time seeing if she's going to react to it and how she's going to use it. But so far, she's looking at it. I think mainly she just wants more food. You could probably feed her 50 pounds a day and she wouldn't be happy, but hey, what do I know? Anyway, I fed her. She outwatered her. She's a happy pig.